Cheers, cheers. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's see. As usual, you guys got to come up with what we're talking about this morning. Don't make me do it. We'll see how the let's do some audio check. How bad is this? How bad is this music? Good morning, French Toaster, D'Angelo, JRM Andino, Jero 3 N's, D'Angelo, Alexandria G, and Oscar. Can you go over past trades? Maybe we can change it up and look at previous TA trades based to, yeah, sure. Yeah, no problem. No problem, we can do that. I mean, so like this trade here was just simply this trade. Where is it? Where is it? Come over here. I don't know. I like this spot. No, that's it. Let's not joke around. So you have a range here, and you had a bit of an initiation out of the range, and then this was the juiciest section back in the range to mitigate for continuation. So that's all. That is literally all the logic there was to that. I didn't even notice there was a VWAP there until I was watching Alex's stream, and he had the old WAP on, and I was like, oh, well, that's even better. Volume-wise, coming into that, let's drop down a little bit lower. You see, there's the volume divergence here as well. I didn't know that until looking now, but you see, let's not do that. You see this volume come in here, this volume come in here, and then this volume come in here. Higher lows, lower lows. That helps. But no, I just literally took it from more of an order flow perspective. Yeah, more of an order flow perspective. Just in the sense that yeah, I want higher. Yeah, I want higher. But the Ondo trade was kind of fairly similar. Ooh, that's not the right button. We're just going to turn that down for a second. Not that I don't like this song, I just don't love this song. Ondo. I don't know how bad that music is on your guys' end either. Ondo, come here, buddy. So this was an area that we were looking at. I think it was yesterday. I think yesterday is where we were looking at this. Give me a blank, no indicators, please. And I had an order block down here. Looks like a 5-minute order block. We had some liquidity to purge. Yeah, like all these, if these people were smart, by the time price achieves up into this zone, they start hiding their SLs in areas like this instead of areas like this. And so, yeah, I was like, see the market come back for them. Furthermore, it looked like this looked like a power of 3 to me, where you had a range, you had a manipulation below the range for a bullish expansion back into the range. Looked like that to me, and then on top of that, we had a little bit of we had some volume things going on down there. I believe we had some volume things going on there. Nope, that's not the template I want. let's see, what do we have down here? Boy, I remember that looking different last night. Yeah, there we go. Volume divergence again, where you have this bearish volume right here in this candle. But then as we came down into here, there was some absorption going on in the form of your divergence, which, in all honesty, don't get hung up too much on all this action down here. I just keep it on my chart. I don't really... I would have taken the trade without anything volume going on down there. And I don't know if there's any other trades that you guys want to ever go through. Like I'm happy to do that. I'll put a lot of them out in a week. But I don't know, man. Like for even like like this trade from yesterday, right? From here to here. It was really more of an order flow perspective for me. You know what I mean? Like just looking at it in the sense of we had developed a range. We had purged the bottom of the range. We'd done that into demand. There was a perfect 10-minute order block in there. This candle, it's a little different on Coinbase. It's this candle right here. And yeah, you purge the low of the range, you break some structure, you have resting stop loss and liquidity up there, and just from a market structure standpoint, when you fail the low of the range, it makes the high of the range a weak level. Once market had opened right here and kind of established that it didn't want to go this direction, yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like the inevitable result would be to touch the range high. But I kind of really use mostly just simple logic. Yeah, I do. Let's see here. Hey, good morning to the rest of the people that joined, like Jeet Corp and Chris Crypto Sammy, and of course Mr. Anthony Soprano. LJ, did I not? Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I'll do that. The Alex had asked that I post them in Otter Talk, and so I've been posting them there since then. But we can do a double ping. I don't mind. We'll throw it in my channel too. It doesn't matter to me. And then okay, so just generally speaking, for the day, Fridays and Saturdays are not really my trading days. I just don't particularly, I just don't love getting involved on those days. This one was just a little cheeky, kind of scalpy sort of thing. Why am I saying that? Oh, I'm saying that because I don't suspect I'm going to find anything like overly exciting on the charts as we start flipping through them today, but we're going to take a peek around and see. Let's maybe look at some short trades on Bitcoin. Let's start on Bitcoin. Man, I don't know about all these short trades. We have this nasty MPOC up here from this precipitous drop that occurred. So like we know that a large amount of supply got involved in the market right there, because price. The candles tell you so. The candles tell you that's exactly what happened, right? I mean, I don't think we can really dispute whether a lot of supply hit the market there when Bitcoin took a 18% tumble off of that. But the what am I going to say about that level? What I'm going to say about that level is, yeah, we have a distribution that turned into an accumulation. And so to be really afraid of this level is to assume that the market maker is still holding short. And if they were, I don't know, that just doesn't, I don't know. I'm just not feeling it because you distributed at the top, and that distribution turned into an accumulation. And even though the primary target of that accumulation just got hit, or I drew on it, I can't tell, whatever, in there. But we could be destined for prices as far as up here. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see the potential of short trades developing on this. I don't. Let me get to a clean chart and see if I can maybe illustrate why I feel that way. Let's remove all the drawings from here. Let me put it this way. If this range is going to fail, then I think it is going to fail. I think it's going to fail here. This is where I would anticipate that would happen. If this range is going to like if the high of the range is going to fail, right? But if we initiate out of here, then we are creating demand to backtest. And so in the event that we do stab into, well, not in the event that we do, like we'll eventually stab into that POC, right? You know, to draw back into this only to come up again would be expected, right? Like that's what order flow is telling us. I don't think there's any justifiable shorts until you lose 91,685. Like there's just absolutely not a single reason to be shorting, in my opinion. So yeah, I guess I said let's go hunt for shorts, but yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time doing that. I think we can hunt for scalp shorts. Let's see if there's anything else up in this top. I hate how you always just go everywhere. So we've already achieved that. Yeah, so we get this little 6-hour order block that sits right on that POC. I probably shouldn't even be doing this on Coinbase because I'm not going to use this chart to trade. You got a little something up here too. And then I think there's a daily order block that's hiding out up at the very top of the range. But see, I honestly, I honestly think we're going to go through this. I anticipate something a little bit more like this to backtest this, to go up to this, and then the big fat question mark, because that would be the last zone in which I would say you could put in a lower high. What do I mean by lower high? Like in the sense that you like kind of were to flow like that. Like I would say that's the last zone that it could be put in from, or we're smoking the all-time high. So I just talked myself out of looking for shorts. I just don't have any shorts. I mean, next week maybe we can talk about shorts, but I just don't have them. I just don't have them. They're not in my bag. I don't see them on the charts, and so I can't really force it, right? I can't really force it. I mean, here's another thought, right? Like, let's say, is that the POC or is that, no, the POC's up there. It's just, dude, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. So anyways, what else do you guys want to talk about today? What would be the best setup to catch Tau till 4:05? I don't know. Let's go take a look at Tau and see what we got on that. All right, well, let's play around with a couple of things here and figure out what's happening. So we've reestablished daily bullish market structure. Let's fish for some. Okay, so price smoked this daily order block here. So obviously supply is still super in control. You formed, I can tell you without leaving this time frame, that you formed a demand range in here and you back tested it. And so this was, honestly, this was the best, this was probably the spot. What else do we have up here to worry about? Probably, I mean, it smashed through the last one, so can absolutely smash through that one too. But I don't really see significant resistance on the chart until 4:15. And I mean, like mentionable resistance. I don't even know if I would say it's significant resistance. So let's go investigate in here and see if by chance we left anything else behind that we could come back for. So that was good. That was good. That was good. This one's going to be tough, I think, especially because it's Friday. We left a little something behind here. That would be an area that I would be interested in, but we have to get there before touching the high. You can't touch 374 first. It needs to roll over from here into this and then come up. But it can't touch this first. So once it touches that and rolls over into there, you may lose structure going into that. That's just my rules, right? That's how I play. Yeah, it looks like we just snipped these lows right here is all we did. The best advice I can give is in a trending environment, one of the things that I'm really looking for is anything that removes liquidity, right? That is going to be a good area to get involved in my opinion. Just the same as this, remove liquidity and yeah, down before up, right? These kinds of things, these situations here. Yeah, just the same way as this, removed liquidity in these areas, doing a kind of a 1, 2, 3 reaccumulation, go up to the high. Yeah, those are just the little things that I would be looking for on Tau. Now, you know, right now I think this needs to initiate from its current 15-minute range, and then you look for a back test into here, drive it back up to this high. That's always TP1 in my opinion, and then you just see if it lets you pass the high. So yeah, I would like the most immediate idea I could give you on Tau is a back test of the range that it's creating right now. I always prefer to get involved in a back test versus a breakout, because like this is a 4% range, right? So, you know, if you get involved in a breakout, but then it comes back down in the range to mitigate, it's like you entered here, but price may achieve lower before going higher, right? So I just much prefer to get involved on this leg after the initiation occurs. It's just it's just better. That's just what I prefer to do, right? But this would be yeah, that's what I would be looking for on Tau, and because you're about to form a strong 15-minute low right here at 360, right? Once you initiate above 374, you're confirming a strong low at 360. And so in the event that price comes up to, you know, whatever, it initiates up out of this range, if I can get involved back down somewhere at the 50% line to somewhere near the discount of the newly created range, it's just better. It's just better for me. So I'd like to, yeah, that's what, if somebody put a gun to my head and said, Bud, you're trading Tau today, so just, you know, pony up and let's get this thing done. This is what I would be waiting for. I'd be waiting for an initiation here and a mitigation and a continuation. That's what I would be looking for. Because I know that once we lose this low, then price is going to come for that low. And then once we lose that low, we've switched order flow entirely by that point, right? We've put in one bearish break. We've come down here, potentially putting in another bearish break. Order flow is switching at that point. So, yeah, I mean, it's long until a loss of 360. That's where I'm at with Tau. How do you find this demand blue box? Oh, all it is, dude, all it is what is it? Shapes. You got to find where your shapes are, geometric shapes. Take a rectangle, which would normally not look like this, and then you make it blue, right? Change the color, and then you add some text to it. Where's the button for text? This one. And you type in demand, right? And then you click the three dots here, and you say save drawing as template, and you call this your demand template. And then every time you draw a box, you can go to your templates and say, you know, is this demand? Is this supply? Is this fair value gap? Is it an area I want to monitor for a market structure shift? Whatever. It's just a template. You just build templates. So that's all. And I just happen to like the color blue. I always think of it as like my storm clouds and my ocean. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, this is the ocean, and this is the storm clouds. That's how that goes. What else we got? How many candles, which time frame do we consider that we got a yearly open acceptance? So I don't know anything about a yearly open acceptance. But let's see if we can surmise an answer to the question. Let's go back to Coinbase. Let's delete all of our drawings. Remove drawings. Remove, yeah, we're removing drawings. And let's go to like maybe the weekly time frame. Let's maybe pop this sucker on, and let's see if we can get a yearly open. Yeah, I'm just going to be honest that for me, I can't make any use of that information. I'm going to go with, because you asked and you desire to have an answer, I'm going to say if this weekly candle closes above it, that you're looking pretty good. I'd say you're looking pretty good. But for me, that's just not the way that I read this. I read this in a more simple manner, which is you had a weekly break of structure here, bearishly, because you have your 2 up candles, followed by your 2 down candles, more than 2, breaking it. And then you were flipping weekly back to bullish here because you have your 2 up candles, followed by your 2 down candles. Those lows touch each other, come back and break the high. So this here undoes that bearish order flow for me. It also changes the highest time frame structure between here and here. Highest time frame structure to me in those points is this weekly market structure. It just flipped bullish. That to me is a targeted high. And so that's where I'm at with that. Let's see, what else we got in here? Been losing a bit, looking for shorts on some levels. I'm sorry. Oh, try not to short against all this bullish momentum. I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. Oh, Luke's internet finally decided to cooperate. Mark, this has been the microphone I've had the whole time. This has been it. It's an MXL 990 condenser microphone. I don't know. I just don't think I knew how to use it. All right. So it's Q&A. It's Q&A time, man. So we're down to let's see, what do I have on time? I've got another like 40 minutes. So let's look at some charts. Let's do some stuff. Let's get into it. And again, let me know if the music is bothersome. What did I want to look at? I wanted to look at this. Target acquired. The target has been acquired. Yeah, that was that 93.9 I was saying on Alex's stream this morning. Anyways, what's your target on SUI? Did I miss anything else? Brew SMR. Let's see. Let's go pop open that SUI chart and see, because it's just been on an absolute tear, right? It's been on an absolute tear. Well, that was one of the major targets. So I would anticipate that price is going to develop a range in this area. And I'll give you a little bit of logic behind why I anticipate that there's going to be a range there. All you have below you right now is a gigantic fair value gap. That's all you have. There is no support in there, or very little. And so if market maker got involved down here, unless they have closed their position, then this doesn't make sense to recover. And there's a chance, I don't have any evidence yet that they've closed that position. So I would anticipate a range in this area. And I would look to long the bottom of the range to the top of the range. And I would only look to short. The only version in which I would be interested in shorting is if you clearly lost the range and then back tested the range. Only then would I be interested in shorting. And I'd have probably really big targets for that. Yeah, but it's at major target areas for me currently. It's kind of done its sort of 1, 2, 3 sort of Model 1 accumulation, and has cleaned all of that off the chart. So I would say it's the vast majority of the order flow objective of this move has been achieved. Now we find out, does market maker stay long or does he close? And my gut tells me they stay long. So I would anticipate a range in this area. You can see on that 12-hour candle, this latest 12-hour candle, that I think we're already beginning to, no. Yeah, I want a range in this area where this thing never came back for anything. That's the only thing that worries me about this. Is good Lord, if it starts falling, it is going to fall. So God, it's going to fall as fast as it came up. So Sui's got a 30-minute order block right here. We can start getting rid of these things. Might be the only time it actually came back for anything. Yeah, I'd currently be interested in something along these lines if it could come back down to it. Ondo, yeah, we can take a look at Ondo. Is this the pump the same as the one in November? I wonder if you're talking about Bitcoin. And if you are, I'm going to say no, it is not the same. But let's go take a look over there. Let's go to the, let's just go to the monthly, right? I wanted to say no, but I'm going to say yes. Though I'm going to tell you right now, I'm still deathly afraid of the all-time high. I'll say it right now. I'm deathly afraid of the all-time high. In the event that we don't have a resolution on tariffs and the whole world isn't feeling a little bit more relaxed by the time we achieve 110,000 again, then I think this could end up as a massive double top. And as a matter of fact, while we are on that subject, yeah, we've already confirmed this whole thing to be a new range. Yeah, I am now currently looking at this as a range. Yep. Yep. So yeah, real. I think price is ultimately coming back to the all-time high. I am not confident that it will not fail the all-time high and sort of turn into a larger distribution. I'm not convinced. Ondo. Oh yeah, we mentioned something about Ondo. I think Ondo is kind of mostly done for the week. I don't think it's got a whole lot more action in it. Well, I mean, it hasn't hit the target I'm looking for, so we should probably talk about it. Yeah, I don't think it's coming. I do not think that it is coming here before it comes here. I do not think that. And there's probably a decent amount of... What button is it? This... No? Just want to measure, man. That's all I want to do. Yeah, I think Ondo... Let me go back out to the daily. Yeah, I think Ondo still has some upward momentum to it. Does it need to come back and fill this fair value gap? Maybe. What's going on with Bitcoin right now? honestly quite likely just up from here. Yeah, probably just up from here. I think this is how I would treat this. I'd say back up above. Oh shit, my phone's in the way. I can't see it. I can't read that. 99, 97 or so. Um, and yeah, I could see that going back up. I mean, you could wait for something a little bit safer like that. Yeah, it's probably the way safer way to look at it. I'm a little, I get a little crazy sometimes. But yeah, I could see Ondo making. To me, it just hasn't hit its order flow objective. This high is weak. This is a weak high, and you have flipped your structure. You have back tested this prior area. You have removed liquidity. I mean, you know, unless Bitcoin's going to drag it down, because Bitcoin did already hit the target I was looking for. I will short Bitcoin if we break below this low. But we have to do that first. We haven't done that yet. So no, I can, let's see what volume looks like here. Nothing sings to me on volume. No, not really. Massey's late, but he's here. Oh wait, what was the action down there? Yeah, I still feel up on Ondo. I do. Wait, you're way. I'm not gonna lie though. You are way safer above whatever that is, $1. But yeah, I don't know. I still think Ondo goes up. That's what I think. But I'm not going to be surprised if Bitcoin continues to go up too. So, yeah. Yeah, so on Bitcoin, you have, let's maybe pump up the time frame a little bit. Is it on the 10? Yeah, it's on the 10. It just is ugly on the 10. I think it'll make more sense if I draw it on the 1. This section right here did 3 things that I care about. It broke structure from left to right. It took you above another more relevant market structure point, and it formed an inefficiency. And so I would say that that represents demand. And yeah, I wouldn't be overly surprised at all if Bitcoin decided to climb up out of there and smoke that high again. And, you know, just kind of following its demand chain. That's my read on that. And so that would be where my read is on this. I'm already long Ondo myself, so yeah, so that. Yeah, whatever. That's my honest perspective on Ondo. It's my honest perspective. Oh, Dot, I missed that, bro. Sorry, Oscar. I missed that. What popped on? Where do we end up getting to on Link? Yeah, we hit the target on Link. XRP. How do we do over here? I think XRP is still just doing some cumulative activity in this range, and I think that it still does ultimately achieve $2 up there. And I think I'll be really confident of that once you see a break above 2.21. And we're looking at DOT. We're looking at DOT. This chart probably needs some cleaning. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. I don't think we need much of this anymore. We definitely don't need this blue box anymore. This is the most relevant thing here. Yeah, you fell below the range. Let's pick the right drawing tool, maybe once. Yeah. I think DOT could go on a ripper. That's what I think. I mean, I'm going to feel a lot. Here, let's clean up some more stuff. So I think that this is, I'm pretty confident this is all going to get ran. This should be my primary area of concern at 5.5 or whatever. Let's see what we can figure out down in here, because I think this is potentially swing trade worthy. Here's what I want to happen on DOT. This area where you put in your last break, you get two areas here where you broke. So I'm going to mark them both with a line, and I'm going to put a supply box over them. I want that to hopefully take us back to this. Yeah, I kind of want it to flow that way, because our prior demand range has been mitigated. And the demand range prior to that has been mitigated. And so this one has not. We do have resistance above us. Trouble is it really needs to happen soon, and I don't know if we get that. In other words, it may come up here first, and that would be a problem. I want it to come here first, and I don't know if Bitcoin's going to let it do that. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to let it do that. But that's where I would want it, is at like that 42 cents or so. Yeah, but I could see this. Yeah, this high is still weak. And then once you break that high, then I would be treating this area how I want to be treating this area. Yeah, so it's a little tough. I think this is one that if you catch me next week, and ask me about DOT, I think we might be able to find a swing trade on this. But I don't think the wherever that swing trade exists is going to show its hand until like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in there. Let's see here. Chart Molina for a degen? Sure, bro. No, wait, I'm spelling that wrong. Melania. You gotta be crazy. But you did say degen. Give you a few ideas on this one. That's where I would be at with Melania. Melania. Yeah. Dude, I'm so bad about posting in Discord. That's where I'm at. Yeah, that's where I'm at. And I will tell you the part that I'm the least confident about is this one. But I think that could be a cheeky play in there. Yeah, I would say that this high right here is a weak high. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that. 15-minute candle body close above 5274. Did I miss anything else? 4-hour broke bullish for the first time on demand retest at 3.9. Oh, uni, my bad. My bad. Uni. Let's go take a look at uni. Boy, that ended up being true, huh? Shoot. But yeah, we like where the low comes in, right? All right. Let's up down to the weekly. Boy, monthly SFP that went directly to its target and looks to turn around. Ain't that something? 4-hour breaks, he says. Yeah, sure as shit. 4-hour broke here. Higher low, higher high. Higher low, higher high. Yep. Interesting. I bet this would be the equivalent of where that POC was sitting on the BTC. What do we have in our local range here? Yeah. I would say that. Do you want to cover the low, though? I don't. Probably safer. It's got a couple of problems, though. You're under 15-minute bearish market structure currently, and you have not returned 15-minute to bullish. So that makes that way more risky, in my opinion. That makes that way more risky, in my opinion. I'd be watching out for this. Yeah, I have to mark out the problems on the chart because of the bearish 15-minute market structure. Because I think a cooler area to long from is down here as well. But you know, I mean, I can see it absolutely just running up to the high from here. I definitely can. It's just this is the only thing that's got me a little sussed out on it. But you know, did you lose your 15-minute market structure only to set like your next 4-hour low, right? Only to establish your next 4-hour low. Break a little bit of 15, establish a new 4-hour low, establish a new 4-hour high. It's very possible. Dot for spot. Dot for spot. We'll see some dot for spot. How would I treat dot spot? Dotty spotty. What time is it? Okay, I'm gonna have to go here pretty soon. How would I treat dot for spot? I mean, I'd place an order in this blue box and hope that it got tagged. I would place a conditional order to sell it at probably 3.7. Yeah, I'd place a conditional order to sell it at 3.7, and I'd place another conditional order or limit order to sell it at 5.485. Yeah. Yeah, because I suspect that it will eventually do. Yeah, I don't know. Can you sell up here? No, you can probably sell it up here. Yeah, you should be able to sell it up there. Never mind. I'd take some out. I'd take some out here. I'd sell some of it here. But I would ultimately be shooting for $11. Okay, what would be the signs of a major reversal for the DXY and BTC topping around the all-time high? That would be an accumulation for the DXY and distribution for BTC. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Oh, bro, somebody used my SoundCloud again and they cut me out. Assholes. Why'd they do that to me? They took my music away and now I'm so sad. Let's go to the daily on both of these. Yeah, I would say, you know, oh no. Might need to go weekly on this one. Yeah, I would say looking for a reversal on DXY around 90, and a failure of BTC at 110. I also say that let's also do dominance real quick. Where is that? USDT. This thing. Yeah. Yeah, I would also say dominance hitting the low of this range and failing. Right? It would be like this followed by this. Yeah. I think dominance would be probably more what I would look to than the DXY on that. USTD tether dominance. I think tether dominance would be the better place to look. Because like when tether dominance bottomed out here at the bottom of the range, that's when we put in the all-time high. And then as it hit here, that's where we put in that high. Yeah, I would look more for this on dominance in confluence with this. Well, I'm glad that it does that for you, D'Angelo. I'm glad that it does that. I probably need to go because I need to stop by the restaurant and then I have someplace else that I have to be in 30 minutes, and I need to stop by the restaurant on the way. So I think I'm gonna head out. Let's go. Yeah, see, BTC still push up. Ondo pushing up from that position we talked about. What was the other one? Was it DOT? I don't even remember. No, it wasn't DOT. I don't know. Something else we were looking at. We looked at a couple other ones. And yeah, I appreciate all the kind words, gentlemen. I don't do well with that stuff, but I appreciate it nonetheless. It's probably good for me to hear, even though I don't like to hear it. Was it near? God damn it! I feel like we were looking at something else. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. I have to go. So you guys take care, and yeah, as usual, you know. Doesn't look like we're going to get any 5 to 10 minute coming out of there, huh? Anyways, as usual, just, you know, have a great weekend. Do something kind. Be good people. Please be good people. I'll tell you right now, it's the number one thing that I don't like about coming on and streaming and giving away TA and market structure concepts is because I fear that there is some asshole out there that's going to learn it and that is going to do bad things that is not deserving of yeah. So be good people, for the love of God. Be good people, so that you're not the person that I worry about benefiting, because I don't want to benefit assholes. So please be good people. Please be good people, so that I can keep my karma going. And you guys have a good one, all right? Adios. Dot Ondo Link Melania. Yeah, that's probably something. Link. To be. Yeah, but we didn't take a fresh perspective on Link today. Anyways, I gotta go, guys.